Kia ora tātou, welcome back to the Wargaming Den. Another game of rapid fire reloaded for you this week. In this week's game, it's just going to be a little what if scenario of a reduced strength British battalion trying to force a river crossing somewhere in Burma later in 1944. For this one, my friend Ian has come down for the weekend. It's Anzac weekend here in New Zealand, so he popped down on Wednesday night and we played this game yesterday. First off, let's have a look at the British Army for this battle. Decided to run it at a battalion rather than a brigade level, so it's a reduced strength British Rifle Company. I've only got a 6x4 table, so I didn't want too many toys on table really, and so this was a bit of a trial. So basically, there's a battalion HQ. The British are supported by a medium machine gun platoon, a mortar platoon, and a carrier platoon with a couple of recce carrots. And also, I found my Grant tank and painted that up this week, so about time we tried some armour. Then the British have got 3 companies, each exactly the same. They've each got 3 platoons. Each platoon's got 8 figures, including a light machine gun. I've added light machine gun rules myself, just adding a +1 die when a platoon, or depending on the level of the game, has got a light machine gun included, and each company also has a light mortar. So the British have got a total of 3 companies plus the HQ, so they've got 165 points altogether if you're interested in the points value, and there's a total of 104 figures, and that gives a battalion morale of 52, and each company has a break point of about 17 casualties. And here we have my reduced strength Japanese battalion. Basically, 2 companies have been left behind to try and slow down the British advance and somewhere in Burma. So the battalion HQ has got 4 medium machine guns, 2 are attached to each company. It's got a 47mm anti-tank gun. Not really sure that's going to do much good against the ground, but we'll see how it goes, and a 70mm infantry gun. And the 2 companies are exactly the same. They've got 3 platoons, 2 knee mortars in each. I was going to have snipers, but I forgot about them. So the Japanese force is quite a bit smaller than the British points wise. It's got 126 points. So the Japanese are on the bit of a back foot here, but they do start the game dug in, and they've got the river barrier to protect them as well. So we'll see how the game progresses. Let's have a look at deployment, even though my deployment picture is actually taken at the end of turn 1. Forgot to take a deployment. So basically, there's a bit of a hill round here, and Japanese are entrenched on it. So we've got 2 machine guns covering this ford, 2 machine guns covering this ford, one there, one there. One of the 2 companies is here. They've got 2 platoons forward, 1 in reserve, with the knee mortars dug in here, maybe a wee bit far back to fire as it turned out. And on the other flank, again, platoon, 2 platoons forward, 1 back, company HQ supporting, and then we've got the anti-tank guns and the infantry guns covering the center of the table, hoping to be able to support either of the forces on defending the fords. So there we have it. Right, just a quick shot. Turn 1, British battalion moving on to try and cross this river, defended by 2 companies of Japanese. Turn 2, the Japanese commander is too scared to do anything. The carriers and Grant have advanced, getting close to try and spot the Japanese, and it's a definite game of chicken. The Japanese aren't prepared to play it. So on to the British turn 3. Good thing there's only 4 turns in this game. I've just informed my opponent. So I will win. Turn number 3. This British commander is being extremely tardy. Hasn't spotted... Oh, actually, he spotted 1
pair of knee mortars up there with his reconnaissance carrier, but neither of us have shot. It is technically the Japanese turn. Do I want to turn this into an actual game? Probably not. Turn 4, some of my units were spotted, no losses though, and then I basically opened up with everything I could, and I killed a company commander that had spotted for those mortars, and they'd ranged in on me last turn, and I killed 2 stands there. So basically everyone on the Japanese side, apart from the ones with the yellow little dots there, is now public enemy number 1 for the British turn 5. Start of turn 5. British are bringing on their last company over there.
Well, that guy's got a cool knife thing.
Gives them +5 to hit in hand-to-hand combat, apparently.
Cool.
House rule. Turn 5, the British knocked out both medium machine guns with mortar fire and then direct fire from their Bring carriers in Lee. And apart from that, neither of us are shooting, so it has gone quiet on the battlefield again till turn 6. 6, still not a lot of action apart from over here. We killed the last 4 figures, so we've killed one company of one platoon of one of Ian's companies. Turn 7, the Japanese killed a few attacking stands through the rivers, but the British are definitely coming across and about to assault them. Brutal turn 8. The Japanese lost 2 platoons to lots of fire. We're starting to figure out the focus fire rules, and then I took out a company here. So Ian's turn, and he's got 1 company morale check to start off with. Japanese about to be overwhelmed. They're taking losses. They passed the morale check. Didn't do any casualties to the company here they needed to, but did some casualties over there. So on to the British turn, and I think this could be them swarming over the hill to victory.
And here's the shot at the end of the game. The Japanese have just failed their battalion morale check and have slunk off, having delayed the British. But as you can see, the British have made their way round the Japanese right flank. They've captured those positions and are just rolling them up. And same round here, just out of sight here in this wood, 2 of the British platoons have actually outflanked the Japanese, and so it was pretty much all over at that point. But really good game. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And hard fought British victory there. It was a good game. The Japanese were always going to be outnumbered, but I felt I had my chances. I managed to break one of the British companies and nearly broke a second one, and if I'd done that, then it would have been a victory to the Japanese. Did struggle to come up with a way to deal with the grant, but what we're going to do is just add an improvised anti-tank team with lunge mines and stuff, I think, in future games. I forgot the snipers. I was meant to have those in the Japanese list, but didn't, so I've taken them out for the points and stuff. But really enjoyable game. I like the way the concealment and observation rules work out, and it was a bit of a cat and mouse as to when to open fire and when not to, while at the same time wanting to blunt the British attack. So I enjoyed the challenge of that, and yeah, really happy with the way the figures look on table. It was probably a good size. I wouldn't want to put too many more figures on table than that on a 6x4. What you need a bit of room to maneuver and stuff. You don't want to just line up and shoot each other without any maneuver. So yeah, I think that's probably about the limit on that size table, to have a bit of interesting tactical decision making in the game. But yeah, that's about enough waffle from me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this brief report. I really enjoyed playing that game and look forward to popping up to Christchurch and having a game of some description against Ian again in the near future. So that's all for today. Thanks very much. Ka kite anō. Take care.